Hey guys, hope you're having a good day. I've been wanting to remake this little guy for a long time. So I made him in Adobe Illustrator Draw. As you can see, the lines are very vectory. Make them a little smaller. Okay, because I like to usually work big. So I'm going to use Sketchmaster 2, make sure I'm on a new layer. I'm going to lock this layer. Okay, so there's two ways that I could do this. I could fix the issues here and then kind of trace over him and fix what I think is different, but I'm just going to start from the ground up. So first, he has a big round head, so we'll start with that. And he has this sort of crocodile sort of nose, but let's do the center line first. So I'm going to do the center line here just so I have an idea of his head. And I'll make this where his eyes are. And probably make his head a little bit bigger. It's a huge head. He's all head pretty much. Okay, so this is where the nose, so I'll make this bridge here. And that'll sort of help me figure out his nose. So his nose is sort of like that, and he's got the two little thingies here. That's not bad. Okay, so if I want him to be smiling, let me make the bridge of his head. So the bridge of the nose would be here. He's really cheesing, so I want to have those big cheeks. Mouth, open mouth. So there's your cheek here. I'll kind of make a nice pudgy cheek here. Okay, so his head is very lopsided. So let me straighten that out a little bit. Maybe make it a little bit bigger here. Okay, so we make this straight up. It looks terrible right now. I hate everything about it, but that's okay. That's why it's a sketch. So now I can start to figure out what's wrong. So firstly, I don't like this. I don't like the way that the eyes are, or the like sockets for the eyes isn't right. So like this. These have to be pretty much like even. The tops have to be even. Okay, so more head. Because he has a huge head. And I can probably make this a little bit smaller too. His nose is a little big. And making it smaller will also aid in him being a little bit cuter. Sketch is messy, but that's okay. Okay, the mouth just feels off to me, so I'm just gonna redo that. Maybe even circle out this mouth, I don't know. Let's see, how's that feel? That's not bad. Not really loving the overall shape though. Something is bugging me. Okay, so he has really big eyes. So sometimes I like to add this stuff so I can sort of see, to help me to kind of envision the character. So I want to round this out. I just want to make his head really, really round. Really curve that mouth. That's actually not too bad. I can see him a little bit. I can see him a little bit better now. Make this nice and round too. Okay, I can see him. I can definitely see him a little bit better now. Thankfully. Like I can see a little bit of something there. These little teeth. One tooth will be over here maybe. But I don't want to get too deep in the details. Okay, so I feel like his head needs to be... Alright, so if these are his eye sockets, then this can be... I always need to put this space like behind the eye where the whole eyeball is. So this is the part, this is the socket where it's dark in this area, but then it also needs to have that space around it. But his head I feel like can come out some. I think I like that a little bit better. Kind of give him like a nugget. The back of his head can kind of be like a little bit of a nugget head. I think works for him. Okay, so now I'm going to make a little bit smaller so I can tilt it a little bit more so it's straight. Does that make sense? Can you kind of see a little bit of a face there? Okay, so we've got that. Now he's got these horns. I did a lot of my characters with horns back in the day. So we'll make the horns sort of, we want to make them level, or not level, balanced. So it can sort of be like that. We'll make them nice and round so they're cute. Sometimes if you make things more round, like if the rounder the face, the rounder the fingers, the more just kind of like gentle the character comes across. I feel like they need to be on the side rather than on top. They need to be more coming off the side. So maybe like around here, this area. Maybe even a little more nubby might work. That's okay. This space is a little off here, but I might have to I think I just might have too much sketch. Sometimes the sketch can kind of get in the way. So yeah, we can probably move this a little bit. Let me erase the inside first, since we're going to be moving it. It is Saturday night right now, and went to Central Park today. I have to be able to see a little bit more of this one, because this one is a little bit more towards us, so it shouldn't be straight profile. It should be more seeing a little bit more of the horn, whereas this one you can see the protrusion, like that. You can see the skin in front, and then the horn is back, which this should be. Like if this one is here, then his head should be coming like that, and then this should be back that way. So, but there's a lot of issues with this. Like even his eyes are this one is so much smaller than this one. Even though it's further back, it should probably be, this should be up here, and this should be at least that big. So that should be, this should be the same. Like this size of the eye, this eye should also go up there. So now you can see, why it looks weird is because this eye is so much smaller. And also my line work was just horrendous. Like there's no reason for this line to be this thick here. It's just terrible. Okay, back to this guy. His head might have to be, oh no, I'll leave it that big. It is huge. Okay, so for ears, go back to my color. Let me see if I might. This portion of his head might be a little big. Something about it is. I think I like that a little bit better. Just a little bit smaller, just so it's more narrower. I mean, he does have a big head, but I think I like it just a little more squashed together. So since I squashed it, just change this horn so that they're a little more even. I want them to be a little more even. Okay, so now for ears, do I want to make the same type of ears? So his ears are kind of like this, but now I would sort of go like that instead. I'm using a different brush, apparently. What brush am I using? Oh yeah, I just made it smaller, I think. It's not bad. And the other one would probably be something like that. Now maybe I'll make this one a little bit bigger. I actually don't mind that, but I'm gonna try something different. I'm gonna do it on a different layer, because that way if I have issue, that way I don't have to hit backspace a million times like I am now. I can just get rid of it. So here they're kind of straight up. So I feel like they would be sort of like this. So there's that. I'll try a different kind if they're be like that. If they're further back, that might be a little bit more. That might be a little nicer, actually. I'm so used to hitting backspace, I could have just. Okay, what if I make them straight like they are? Should I just make them that way? I mean, I don't know. I kind of I feel like something about them is a little bit too squashed on his face. That's what I'm feeling. Like there needs to be some, yeah, like they need to be further back. But I do think I like these ears. So this one can actually be, let's see what it looks like if it's something more like, okay, so if I'm seeing this side of his head, this ear, I wonder if it would come more this way. I mean, it does clash with the horn, but I feel like something like that looks a little bit more natural. So if this is here, the other side, nah, I feel like it would be pointing back. I really feel like it would be pointing backwards. Like backwards, like here. Right? Okay, let me delete this one, and I'll just merge these for now. I think that's good. I kind of like it. So let me erase this. So this would be his cheek. So the head would have to, oh, that kind of makes his cheek look better. That does kind of help his head. Sorry for turning the iPad, but it just makes it a little bit easier for me to draw certain things. So I can give him a little more cheek here. So now I just want the cheeks have to be sort of even. Now he has a big plump cheek here. So this one also has to be fairly plump. So let's just play around with it. So I'm just going to select it and then do freehand, because there I can just like bring it out. I can make it a little bit smaller. Oops, freehand. Let's see if that feels pretty good. I think that feels nice. Okay, yeah, I'm happy with that. I can see that I made this eye is a lot smaller, so I'm just gonna liquefy and just, so I don't accidentally start doing the line work and then this eye is all wonky. So I want to make them a little more even. Okay, let me get rid of this because his head would be in front of the back part of his ear. This is good. This cheek can come on this side. Maybe he has some little hairs in there. And maybe I'll just stretch this ear out a little bit. Whoops. Make this a little bit bigger so it's more uniform. Yeah, I actually don't mind that. I don't know if it needs this fold here though. Might look better if it's just, if it just goes around to the back of his head and then he has some little hairsies in there. Okay, great. So let's make a new layer underneath. And sort of just kind of work out the body. Now here, I mean, it does look like a really chubby baby's body, but this leg is really, really bent a weird way. So I'm just gonna, the first thing I do is for arms and legs and stuff like that, I like to think of them as like almost like cylinders. So here's like a fat arm, and if it's on the ground would be flat. So then I'll just make them flat like this, and then I would make the, you know, the fingers can be, you know, sort of like this with a little fingernail, and the fingernail will sort of dictate what direction the finger is pointing, you know, something like that. With the little thumb, make it a little rounder, so something like that. I might as well just use that one because I think it looks good. Let me draw the body first. I'll just make a new layer. Okay, so for the body, we want to make him, let's see, what do I have here? His little chubby belly. Okay, so his neck would be about here. His little body would be, try to keep it really simple. There's a little round little body like this, and let's make the ground. That might help things. So that can sort of be a ground line. We have one hand, so I can just sort of plug and play and use that for the hand. That's a pretty good position for it. I'm just going to erase the one behind it. Oops, wrong layer. So I'll just erase this. I think that's a good position for a hand. Okay, so now I'll just merge these just to make it easier. Make sure you can see that. Oh, I don't think I locked the screen. I hate when I don't. I start recording and I don't lock the exposure. So I hope it wasn't like all over the place. Okay, so this one would be here, and sort of the same thing. Kind of just cute little round fingers. And maybe like his little, like he's trying to like walk or something. Like, what kind of tail would he have? Maybe like a nice, like, I feel like he would have a nice like little tail like that. I wonder if I should have some little dragon things on it. Yeah, I like that. I think that's pretty cute. What do you think? Okay, so now we'll just put a little bit of pudge where his arms are. It doesn't really need much. I don't really need to put all the detail like I did in the other one. Maybe just like a little bit of his like little neck. And that's probably pretty much it, to be honest with you. Erase this so it doesn't get in my way. I'm also going to make sure that that leg is in front of the back. Put his little knee, put a little swirl for his knee, maybe a little circle for his elbow. I might be able to bring these down a little bit too, because since the way he's leaning, this would actually be too flat. Like I feel like his let's see here. Let me just redraw them. They would be sort of pointed towards us. So let me do so here's the flat part, and his hand would be here. So we have the thumb, and then these would be a little bit like, maybe a little bit of a wrist there. No, I think I liked it. Just down a little bit. I think that's better. Okay, yeah, I think I like that. And I wonder if I can have him looking at us instead of kind of looking off in the distance. Let me round out these eyes a little bit. Okay, let me erase what I have. So let me merge this. I'll just erase what I have so far. Okay, there's one. Just give us some open space to work with. Make sure those are nice and round. And I'll just do it on a layer underneath in case I want to make some changes. So I'll make this nice and big. And if he's looking directly at us, let's see. So he's really big eyes. So we'll make them nice and round. That's not bad. But then I always like to kind of just see if there's any adjustments that might make them look right, more right. I mean, so far they look pretty good. I think it's a pretty good maybe down a little bit, because I want them to be, I want them to be looking at camera. That's pretty, is that? My head is going to get in frame so I can kind of see what he's looking at. That doesn't look too bad. Yeah, I think that looks okay. It looks like he's looking at us. Let me raise this one up a little bit. And I'll just bring it over a little bit. I'm just tapping so it moves it incrementally. Is that a word? Incrementally? Okay, I think that looks good. Make sure this is recording. Oh my God, I don't think that's recording. My audio did not record, so this is just going to be from my phone. So I'm going to stop this one because it's just audio from my phone. Hopefully you'll be able to hear it, and I will finish this up in the next video.